The Imperial Valley's AM 1230, Kxo, El Centro, California.
I'm Taylor Bishotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The man widely considered the greatest of all time is hanging up his helmet. And this time, Tom Brady means it. The 7-time Super Bowl champ announced his retirement Wednesday for good, he says, in an emotional video.
You only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. My family, my friends, teammates, my competitors. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing.
In a statement, Patriots owner Robert Kraft thanked Brady for all he's done, adding, quote, he led the Patriots to 2 decades of unprecedented dominance. He is truly the greatest of all time. I will always consider him a part of our family. And Brady's longtime coach, Bill Belichick, added, quote, Tom Brady was the ultimate winner. He entered the NFL with no fanfare and leaves as the most successful player in league history. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Everyone knows time is money, so don't wait weeks for the IRS to send out your tax refund. Go to Jackson Hewitt instead for up to $3,500 with a no-interest, no-fee tax refund advance loan. With up to $3,500, you could bring home the bacon and bring it home today. Money now instead of later? That's worth its weight in gold. Don't wait weeks for your refund. Go to Jackson Hewitt today. For eligible clients, loans by Republic Bank and Trust Company, details at jacksonhewitt.com.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Has the stock market slumps and instability this year got you concerned? Would you like a way that could protect your retirement when the markets are down? Gold Alliance would like to give you 2 free reports, the Inflation Survival Plan and the Stock Market Correction Plan. Both reveal how to protect your savings in uncertain times. It's absolutely free. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2079. 800-200-2079. 800-200-2079.
It's a Thursday. It's the 2nd day of February 2023. It's Groundhog Day. Yes, experts say the groundhog is a very intelligent creature. Yeah, well, apart from that thing where he comes out of his warm burrow when it's still only February. Anyway, have you ever seen a groundhog, Gene?
I have.
Okay.
I have seen.
I'm not talking prairie dog.
No.
Okay.
Be a mighty big one.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
We had groundhogs when I was young in Pennsylvania. I lived in Pennsylvania till I was 9. We moved to Michigan, but I can remember going out to a friend's. They had a little truck farm outside of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I ever shot a shotgun, it was pointed at a groundhog.
How'd that come out?
My shoulder is still sore, and the groundhog is still chuckling.
All the way home.
Yeah.
Well, he's going back in his den for another 45 days, it sounds like to me.
I suppose. He laughed at me.
Well, you know, they'll do that.
Yes. I never could hit anything. Pam, on the other hand, growing up in Nebraska, she's a sure shot.
Sure shot. Did she shoot the 22?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you've shot Grandpa's 22.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, got ran over by a wagon. The barrel did, I guess, if I remember correctly.
It's about 2 inches shorter than what it was manufactured.
Got a blacksmith on that and got it taken care of and nothing flat.
You got it. And as you recall, it's a very straight shooting gun. It's what Pam's father put food on the table during the Depression with it.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have checked what the year was.
1893 was the manufacturing date, if I recall.
Wow.
Because it's a Winchester, and you can check all of that.
Yeah. Well, it's a keeper.
You got it. It'll go down to the grandkids and on and on.
On and on.
Yes.
There's a song, or there should be a song if there isn't.
Yeah, I think there is.
On and on. Yeah.
Yes. Are you ready for birthdays?
I'm ready.
You're really ready for birthdays. There's an important one
today.
today.
There's a very important birthday coming.
Okay. Actor Blythe Danner, 80. Dave Davies with the Kinks, 76. Melanie, she's got a brand new key. She is 76. Actor Morgan Fairchild, 73. Actor Pamela Franklin, 73. Actor Nathan Lane, 67. Actor Thomas Calabro is 64. Actor Michelle Green, 61. Actor Maura Tierney is 58. Actor Warwick Davis, I look up to him. He's 53. Actor Elisa Donovan, 52. Actor Isla Fisher, 47. Actor Brandon Michael Hall, 30. Local birthdays coming up. Reading is fun, and KXO has fun books to give away. These books are from the National Geographic Kids Series. Listen to AM 1230 and win a book for the kids. Just joking. 300 hilarious jokes about everything. Can't get enough space stuff, fun facts, and awesome information. It's a numbers game, football, the math behind football, and more. Weird but true. Incredible facts, awesome photos, and more. KXO AM 1230 will give away one of these books to lucky listeners who are the 10th caller at 760-352-1230. Listen for Marion the librarian to say,
"Please be quiet. Please be quiet. Thanks."
and be caller number 10 to win. That number again, 760-352-1230. Keep listening and win on KXO AM 1230. We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Juanito Rocha, Karina Luz Valdez, Sienna Singh, Adresito Palacios, Michelle Areola, Annette Navarro, Robert Allen, William Diaz, Eduardo Estrada, Caitlin Rivera, Gabriela Hernandez, Hector Sosa, Priscilla Dorame, Sierra Boyles, Seraphim Cobble, Barbara Ellis, Benji Lutz, Cesar Sanchez, Chelsea Webster, Erica Schiffer, Esther Bejarano, Georgina Alvarez, Gloria Brister, Javier Potter, Jaden Perez, Jennifer Mistriel, Loretta Zanetti, Melissa Flores, Sharon Yates, Susie Garner. Happy birthday from KXO. There were a couple of familiar names on that list. Anybody you recognize?
I do. My wife, Gloria, better known to some as Marion the librarian. Yeah.
Yeah. Hush. Yeah. Making too much noise back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
Let's see. Oh, we're having a lot of fun with that contest.
Yeah. A lot of activity.
Yeah, these are great books, too. Great for kids. About the only thing we never said no to our kids about was books. So...
Well,
okay.
Good thing.
Yeah. And by the way, we understand this year the groundhog actually stayed in his burrow and tweeted his weather prediction.
The results.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got news. Are you ready for that?
We certainly do.
We're going to jump in right now with a look at World and California news headlines brought to you by your friends in the business, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal, your year-round comfort specialists.
CBS News Brief. Speaking at the National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, President Biden calls on Americans to set aside political differences and come together.
Doesn't mean we're going to agree to fight like hell, but let's treat each other with respect.
It's in the low 30s in parts of Texas and raining ice in some. At least 8 deaths are blamed on the weather. More than 400,000 customers have no electricity. Austin Powers, Jackie Sargent.
Our crews are in the field working safely and quickly as possible to restore power from icy conditions that have been causing falling trees and down power lines.
More than 700 flights in the U.S. are canceled, more than 1,000 delayed. Look who's back at the office. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
For the first time since the pandemic began, forcing most workplaces to temporarily shut down, the return to work rate has surpassed 50%. That's according to Castle Systems, which tracks office entry card swipes.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Statewide snowpack at 205% of average for this state, but it's not all good news as we've been here before.
And we need to take the lessons of the most recent couple of years in which we've seen that peak snowpack date change.
Charlotte Namath with the Department of Water and Power saying April 1st is usually the peak of the snowpack, though it's been closer to February in recent years. Another storm system expected to move into Northern California tomorrow. A judge in Northern California says PG&E can stand trial for a fire that left 4 people dead in 2020. It happened near Redding and was known as the Zog Fire. PG&E facing charges that include involuntary manslaughter, but numerous other alleged crimes were dismissed by the judge. The blaze killing victims as young as 8 years old. A 13-year-old safe after being rescued during a human trafficking operation. Sacramento police say the teen was involved in commercial sex work taken to a social services facility. Gas prices up another penny overnight to $4.57 a gallon, up 6 cents from last week, 15 from last month. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, call the experts like Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. I don't mean to rush you, but Valentine's Day will be here before you know it. Yes, the Peanut Patch is ready for you and your Valentine. The Peanut Patch in Yuma, a great place to visit. For that matter, they offer tours every Tuesday and Friday. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. Homemade chocolates, fresh English toffee. How about pecan turtles made from scratch? You'll love their yogurt-covered peanuts, raisins, and almonds. The Peanut Patch. Now, if you want to visit the Peanut Patch, schedule a tour. Find them on the World Wide Web at thepeanutpatch.com. You'll also get directions. It's the Peanut Patch in Yuma. They're going to make your Valentine shopping so much easier, and they're going to make your Valentine very, very happy. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the Valley, at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Wednesday morning, Monday, 6 of the 7 basin states issued a model. George Gale filed the story.
The model has recommendations on controlling the current drought along the Colorado River Basin. The Colorado River is in a prolonged and severe drought. The Bureau of Reclamation has asked the 7 basin states that rely on the Colorado River water to come up with a plan. The model, released Monday, was approved by 6 of the 7 basin states. California, with the largest allocation of water, said they would release their own model. That was released on Tuesday. The model was put together by the California-Colorado River Board after meeting with California water agencies using Colorado River water. They proposed a modeling framework for the Bureau of Reclamation to evaluate as it considers actions to help stabilize reservoir elevations and protect critical infrastructure to ensure the Colorado River system can continue to support 40 million people, nearly 6 million acres of agriculture, and tribes across the 7 states and portions of Mexico. The California model outlines a constructive approach to achieve additional water reductions while protecting infrastructure, prioritizing public health and safety, and upholding the existing body of laws, compacts, decrees, and agreements that govern the Colorado River operations, known as the Law of the River. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
CBP air crew assist in suspect's arrest. The Customs and Border Protection Yuma Air Branch responded to the report on Monday. There was a report of a possible shooting at Gila Ridge School. 2 Border Patrol AS-350 helicopters were sent to the scene. The crew of one of the helicopters has spotted footprints in an open, undeveloped area south of the school. The crew called in law enforcement officers and a Border Patrol agent. The footprints were confirmed to be fresh and headed towards an industrial area. Law enforcement followed the footprints and arrested the suspected shooter. No information has been released detailing the reported shooting. KXO News Time, 7:43.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Continuing with more local news, a body is found in a burned trailer. George Gale filed the story.
The fire was reported in the East County. It was reported a little after 9 p.m. a Tuesday night. County Fire Chief Estrada said the fire was near Ogilvie Road and American Girl Mine Road. The chief said 2 travel trailers burned, as did a lot of trash in the area. A burned body was found in one of the trailers. The victim, identified only as an elderly man, was dead when the body was located. County Coroner's Office was called in to investigate the death. The cause of the fire is also under investigation. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Stay with us for Page 2.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. El Centro Motors Quick Lane services all makes and all models. And, you never need an appointment.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
Well, it's Page 2 of the local news. Page 2 brought to you by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. K Sushi with a full menu of great Japanese food and specializing in sushi rolls. 50 different sushi rolls. One name for every state.
All right, you twisted my arm. Sounds good. Super Quiz Relay is headed your way. Here's more on that story.
It is the 2022-2023 Imperial County Academic Decathlon. It is being held this Saturday. It begins at 9 a.m. in the Administrative Conference Center in the Imperial County Office of Education, Building E. The awards ceremony will be held at 1 that afternoon. The event is sponsored by the ICOE and the California Academic Decathlon. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The 80th Annual Sportsman and Tomato Festival returns this weekend. The theme is Building Bridges to a Brighter Future. On Saturday, there will be a parade, special performances, kids' carnival, vendors, beer garden, mechanical bull, and more. Sunday will start with a pancake menudo breakfast, and other events include a talent show, King and Queen contest, and of course, tomato packing. The event is sponsored by the Nyland Chamber of Commerce. And in other local news, 2 heroes to be honored. George Gale explains.
The event will be hosted by the California Highway Patrol on February 9th at 10 a.m. The CHP will be hosting a presentation of a Superior Effort Act at the El Centro area office. Elizabeth Ramirez and Hector Raul Macedo, both Brawley residents, will be recognized for their heroic acts. On August 8th, 2022, Catherine Cynthia Dunn, 58-year-old female from Calipatria, was involved in a major injury vehicle crash on Highway 111 north of Rutherford Road. Calipatria woman vehicle ultimately overturned and came to rest on its roof, partially submerged within the New River. The two Brawley residents witnessed the incident and acted without hesitation, rendering life-saving aid to Miss Dunn until emergency personnel arrived on scene. CHP El Centro Captain Chipwith Watch said it was important that the heroic and courageous acts displayed that day do not go unnoticed. He said the amount of bravery it takes to put your own life at risk for the well-being of others is paramount. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates Sushi Rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous Sake Bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingon. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at KSushiBarandGrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says high pressure building over the region will result in continued dry conditions with a warming trend to above normal going into the weekend. A weak disturbance moving across the western U.S. Sunday into Monday will result in a cooling trend towards near normal for early next week. 66 the high in the valley yesterday, 36 our overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 69. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming calm this afternoon. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low around 46. West-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming south. Friday, it'll start off cloudy, then gradually become mostly sunny. Look for a high near 71. West-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, then turning north-northeast. Saturday, sunny with a high near 76. Northwest wind about 5 miles an hour. Mostly sunny on Sunday with a high near 77. West wind 5 to 15 miles an hour. Gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. 41 degrees, 65% relative humidity. Wind out of the west-southwest 5 to 7 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill. Daily lunch specials, a dinner menu with 16 different entrees. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
Are you ready for a new career? CET is ready for you. CET has grants available so farm workers and their children can attend at no cost. Learn more at cetweb.edu farm worker admissions to see if you qualify. At the Center for Employment Training, we've been serving farm workers since 1967. Enroll anytime, and all programs can be completed in under a year. Job placement assistance for all graduates. Call 800-533-2519 or go to cetweb.edu.
And it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Strip South Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action last night. 76ers whipped the Magic 105-94. Trailblazers topped the Grizzlies 122-112. Celtics beat up on the Nets 139-96. Rockets rolled over the Thunder 112-106. It was the Timberwolves topping the Warriors 119-114 in overtime. Kings clobbered the Spurs 119-109. Jazz jumped on the Raptors 131-128. And the Hawks hammered the Suns 132-100. Wizards and the Pistons was postponed. And, getting ready for Super Bowl 57, Sunday, February 12th. The Eagles and the Chiefs, we've got that game right here on AM 1230 KXO. And in NFL news, for more than 5 years, through injuries, trade attempts, and more, The San Francisco 49ers and quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo have always found their way back to each other, but as San Francisco heads into yet another offseason filled with quarterback uncertainty, Coach Kyle Shanahan made it clear Wednesday that Garoppolo and the Niners are finally going their separate ways.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
And in small ball, the Baltimore Orioles and Maryland Governor Wes Moore have announced a joint commitment to what they called a multi-decade public-private partnership to revitalize the Camden Yards Sports Complex. The statement from the team and the state's new governor came yesterday. The deadline for the Orioles to exercise a one-time 5-year extension to their lease at Camden Yards. The team was not planning to exercise that option, according to multiple reports. The Orioles' lease decision is still up in the air. Dodgers president and CEO Stan Kasten said the organization's principal decision makers were unanimous in their choice to release Trevor Bauer, expressing confidence that the team made the right decision. Kasten, Dodgers president of baseball operations Andrew Friedman, general manager Brandon Gomes, and executive vice president Lon Rawson met with a small group of local reporters yesterday, nearly 3 weeks after Bauer's release, in part to address lingering questions about a topic the organization had yet to speak about publicly. Super Bowl, it's about a week away, a little bit more than a week away, Sunday, February 12th. Don't forget, we've got Game on AM 1230 KXO. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Reading is fun, and KXO has fun books to give away. These books are from the National Geographic Kids Series. Listen to AM 1230 and win a book for the kids. Just joking. 300 hilarious jokes about everything. Can't get enough space stuff, fun facts, and awesome information. It's a numbers game, football, the math behind football, and more. Weird but true. Incredible facts, awesome photos, and more. KXO AM 1230 will give away one of these books to lucky listeners who are the 10th caller at 760-352-1230. Listen for Marion the librarian to say,
"Please be quiet. Please be quiet. Thanks."
And be caller number 10 to win. That number again, 760-352-1230. Keep listening and win on KXO AM 1230. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Thursday afternoon, we'll round out what has so far been a sobering earnings season for the big tech giants after several years of raking in profits, thanks to strong demand for tech gadgets and services during the pandemic. The industry's fortunes began to turn last year. Tech giants have been grappling with high inflation and interest rates, as well as increased competition and declining demand in consumer and digital ad markets. Alphabet, Amazon, and Apple are set to report earnings after the bell today, and all eyes will be scrutinizing the results to see how those challenges affected the crucial December quarter. And looking at profits, Shell made a record profit of almost $40 billion in 2022. More than double what it raked in the previous year after oil and gas prices soared following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Europe's largest oil company by revenue reported adjusted full-year earnings of $39.9 billion today, more than double the $19.3 billion it posted in 2021, driven by a strong performance in its gas trading business. Company stock up 2.6% in London at midday. So what's happening on the market? Mixed. Right now, the Dow down 42 points. The S&P 500 is up 61 points. The NASDAQ up 346 points. Gold down $1.40 an ounce. Oil off 48 cents a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 69. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming calm this afternoon. Tonight, increasing clouds. Look for a low around 46. West-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming south. Cloudy on Friday, then gradually becoming mostly sunny. Look for a high near 71. West-northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming north-northeast later in the morning. 42 degrees, 65% relative humidity, wind out of the west-southwest 5 to 7 miles an hour. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, in El Centro.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
They have great weekday specials.
I like the friendly environment, the friendly staff, the cold beer, and the best wings in town.
Burgers and Beer. What I like about Burgers and Beer, the menu. Everything on the menu is great. I'm working my way through the menu. My favorite thing right now is the grilled tuna chipotle sandwich. That's what I had yesterday, and it was delicious.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
CBS News just ahead. We'll be back with more of the best oldies on the radio right after the news.
KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. Hundreds of thousands don't have power in Texas as a winter storm blamed for at least 8 deaths has glazed that state and parts of others nearby. WCBS meteorologist Craig Allen.
It happens to be extremely dangerous in central Texas on up into portions of Oklahoma and Arkansas this morning. Precip is falling in the form of rain or sleet if it freezes before reaching the ground, or in many cases, it is freezing on the ground. So we're getting true ice storm conditions.
Reporter Jason Allen of KTVT has more from the Dallas area.
One after another, after another. Cars proved no match for roads coated in ice in and around Dallas and Fort Worth. Fort Worth police have responded to more than 200 car crashes since Monday afternoon. And across the state, there have been at least 6 road fatalities.
In Washington, the morning after his first talks on the debt ceiling with the House Speaker, President Biden seemed to strike a bipartisan tone.
My prayer for this prayer breakfast is to start to see each other again, look at each other again, travel with each other again, argue like hell with each other again, but then still go to lunch together.
Mr. Biden has said controlling inflation is his top job. As CBS's Jim Krasula tells us, the cost of things may be forcing more of us to rely on long-term savings to get by.
More Americans squeezed by higher prices and short on cash are tapping into their 401ks. A record 3% of the 5 million people in 401k plans managed by Vanguard Group dipped into their retirement savings last year. The pre-pandemic average was about 2%.
For those looking to foot the bill for a Super Bowl party, CBS's Stacey Lynn looks at what's in store.
Your spread will likely cost you less this year. Wing prices are down 22%. You grill in some steak, that meat has dropped almost $1 per pound. The cost of shrimp is 17% less, and go crazy on the guac. Avocados are a bargain right now, down 20% from last year. The only thing that will cost you more is the beer. Prices this year have jumped up 11%.
Health officials are advising people to stop using over-the-counter eye drops that have been linked to an outbreak of drug-resistant infections. The CDC has sent an alert to physicians saying the outbreak tied to Ezra Care artificial tears now includes 55 people in 12 states. In Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, handlers for Phil the Groundhog say he saw his shadow this morning, and that can only mean...
No matter how you measure, it's 6 more weeks of winter weather.
Shares of Facebook's parent Meta are up around 23% today. Word of company cost controls coming out. That has sent the NASDAQ higher by more than 300 points. This is CBS News.
This is terrifying.
This is really a whodunit.
This is the moment of truth.
This is 48 Hours.
This is a senseless murder.
This case reads like a movie script. It's just more like a horror movie.
This is real-life drama.
This is crazy.
I'm the only person alive that has ever walked out of his own grave.
This is how we make a difference.
This is real.
If it wasn't for 48 hours, there would have been a funeral.
This is 48 Hours.
Available on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.
In 1968, Americans were introduced to something new.
This is 60 Minutes. It's a kind of a magazine for television.
5 decades later, 60 Minutes is America's most watched news program.
You believe this is the toughest challenge humanity has ever faced? Absolutely.
But if you missed the TV broadcast, you can listen to full episodes as a podcast.
That's really clever.
60 Minutes, Sundays on CBS, and available anytime wherever you get your podcasts.
Getting food to your door is so easy, a 6-year-old could do it.
Keith Stonehouse says that when piles of food began to arrive at their home in Chesterfield, he realized his son Mason had ordered up a storm.
5 jumbo orders of shrimp and endless sandwiches and ice cream and chili cheese fries.
Total cost, $1,000. What were Mom and Dad to do?
We had to open up his piggy bank and take the money out and explain that this $20 bill covers some sandwiches and this $20 bill covers chili cheese fries.
I had 1 cent left.
Stonehouses say they're still eating leftovers for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Scientists say a whale that washed ashore in Hawaii last weekend likely died because it ate large amounts of fishing traps, nets, plastic bags, and other debris. The body of the 56-foot-long, 120,000-pound animal was brought in by the tide after it was spotted on a reef. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
12:30.